Aside.io is a Salesforce IDE built from the ground up for efficient Apex and Visualforce development. In this video, you will see a typical cycle of Force.com developer tasks and how Aside increases your productivity at all of them. Right now, we're looking at the login screen. From here, you can click Sandbox or Production, depending on which type of org you intend to log into. Note how I'm actually logging in from the Salesforce.com domain. Aside never sees your credentials or stores any of your data. After authentication, Aside starts out in the code editor. From here, I'm using the help dialog because I want to configure the editor to my liking. All these settings save locally on your machine. Once they are configured, you won't need to change them again unless you switch computers. Now I want to create a Visualforce page, so I'm going to click into the type ahead and type that in. I want the page to display an account and its contacts. As I type, you will notice there is auto-completion. For the extension, I'm going to use a hashtag which tells Aside to automatically generate the extension and its test class. I'll end up with 3 files, the page, its extension, and the test class. The save is finished, so let's pop open another instance of Aside and take a closer look at the extension that was created. Looking at the generated code, you can see that this is a solid starting point for the extension, but I'm still going to need to add some code of my own to access the contacts related to the account. One thing we should also do is verify that there's data in the system for this query that I'm writing right now to return. The site also features a complete query tool, so I can easily verify this as well. I can click on the less than symbol to switch the mode Aside is in. The query tool is found in the data mode. In this input, I can enter a query against the contact object. Looks like there is data in the system, so we are good to go. Let's move on to writing some unit tests. Remember that I used the hashtag to generate the extension, so the corresponding test class is already going to be written. Here I'm just adding an assert to provide a little more meaning to the test, and now I'm saving the change. Okay, save successful. Let's switch to test mode to execute this unit test. This screen provides a way to run unit tests and see the results. Here I'm running my page controller test. The test executed successfully. Let's wrap up development by completing the Visualforce page. To finish this page, I'm going to output the name of the account in a section header, along with a related list of contacts. While I'm writing this code, Aside is also working in the background, periodically saving backups of the code locally to my machine, in case I have the need to roll back at a later point. One of my favorite features of Aside is Open in Salesforce, which opens the current context of Aside within Salesforce. For example, I'm currently viewing a Visualforce page with a standard controller, so Aside would attempt to find a record of type matching the standard controller, in this case account, and then it would open the Visualforce page against that record. I'm going to show you that in a moment. Just going to finish up the page here, and then I'm going to go ahead and save the record. The save finished, so let's open this page in Salesforce. If you don't have an active web session with Salesforce, you're going to be asked to re-authenticate. Okay, the page looks good, our unit tests have passed, and now all we need to do is deploy. For this, I'm changing over to push mode. This screen is where all retrieves and deploys are managed. On the left side is the code available for deploy. I'm going to select Modified by Me since last deploy, and since I want to deploy everything here, I'll just click Add All. But before I can deploy, I have to retrieve. So once this code downloads, I'll drop it into the target org for deploy. Conveniently, I've got another instance of Aside ready to go. And I'll just drop the zip onto it, which, as you can see, kicks off the deploy. While this deploy is executing, there isn't much info here, but as soon as it finishes, okay, the deploy is completed successfully, and you can see result info by file along with test result info had they ran. This video was pretty short, but we accomplished a good amount, and this is just a fraction of what Aside has to offer. If you're looking to increase your productivity as a Force.com developer or just looking for a different IDE, give Aside.io a try. Thanks!